Good morning, folks. Right, well, it's really early. Woke up at like 5:30 this morning. Excuse the state of me. It's Sunday, and Sundays are scruffy days because what is today going to hold? The standard half the day in the kitchen, cooking a roast dinner and ironing mountain. So you get the laundry done, and then the ironing mountain arrives. Right, so this is the second part of Jon Wedgers. Right, first things, I got the lady's name wrong. I called her Isabel in the last upload with regards to this, and her name is Isabella. So apologies for that to Isabella, because that was pretty poor show of me to get her name wrong. Right, so yesterday I was gonna do this yesterday. I didn't in the end. It turned into a bit of a rubbish day. I went out for my run. It was absolutely beautiful sunshine, and then I could see this dark cloud like more towards where the sea is, and so I was like, right, okay, we'll be all right, it'll hang around there. Then the heavens opened, and then it was hailstones. So I come back like a drowned rat, grumpy, because of other mindless drivel on the squinternet with regards to the people that live under bridges. So I just didn't get around to it, because then I sat and listened to all of the latest Jeanette Archer upload, which we'll get through. I might do it today because it is so early and I've got time before I can't face ironing Everest. Inerist. You know what I mean. So anyway, second part of this, I might do Jeanette Archer. No, I won't do Jeanette Archer. May get around to uploading the Jeanette Archer one today and just get it out of the way, because Monday we'll have a live and we'll just have fun with it. No nonsense sort of stuff. Right, so I found, I put it in the link. I did find another video, and this is on, sorry, I'm looking at my monitor here because I don't want to keep getting people's names wrong because it's horrible. This is on the John Cooper show, and I shall link that one and the original video in the description box here. I know I always say that, and sometimes I forget. More times I forget than don't. And this is Mind Control and Demonic Possession, Jon Wedgers and Isabella, part 3. I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. Right, should actually start this again, but I can't. Let's just get through it. So this one on the John Cooper show, it's Jon Wedgers for ages and ages, and let's just look at the timestamp here. Isabella comes in around the 57-minute out of an hour and a half. And it looks like, let's scan all the way through. Yep, it basically is the last 35 minutes, 36 minutes of the part 3. This hours this guy has done with Jon Wedgers. And of course, it's all the same stuff, victimisation and all the rest of it. Right, let's get back to the other one. Now, my problem here with this situation, and I have no problem with this lady, I don't know this lady, and it could well be, like I said in my other one, she's a vulnerable person who's has been sucked into something. Look at that. What the hell? Got ears. Oh, that's annoying. It could be that she's been sucked into something here, as a vulnerable person. Doesn't sit easy. Because we know what happened with poor Jenny. It's just not right. It's not right at all. I really hope that there is nothing more nefarious about this. So I'm gonna, in this upload, it cuts in and out a little bit. So let me put the volume up here as much as I can. Now this starts at about 57 minutes again, where Isabella comes around to how she knows that she was possessed by a demon. how she knows, because she didn't know this before, I think. Now, there's two uploads with her, and the story is the same but a little bit different. But that's not to say that she's lying. I'm not saying that she's lying, because if a situation has gone on for a long time, you can, when retelling, you can miss parts out, and you can retell the same story, and these things are like, you include these things. It's really difficult to tell, and I'm quite sure that within, when I've relayed everything that happened over the 4 years of the trial in my situation, that it's sometimes, because these are past memories, you'll bring them to your memories when talking about it, and other times something else will come along that you'd forgotten about, and the context of the conversation you're having. So I'm not saying that she's lying. I'm not saying that at all. So let's just listen to, this is Jenny, Jenny, oh, I've done it again to it, Isabella, coming in on the Whatever Next Facebook group upload, around the 57 minutes. So I'm just going to play this. I'm not going to put the video on, because me and OBS Studios are not friends, and I don't want a copyright strike, but as far as I'm aware, clips of audio is perfectly all right. Jeanette Archer is a different one, because when I listen to all of it, at the end she says, please share this video far and wide, tell everyone, send it everywhere. So again, I'm not going to do the video on that, but we might play the whole thing, and I'll chip in on the next upload, because there she's given everyone permission to do that. She doesn't specify in support of SRA or anything else on there, so I believe that that's perfectly all right, because she gives permission. But this is just a little snippet of how Jenny comes to, Jenny, why do I keep saying Jenny? How Isabella comes to know that she was demonically possessed. Oh, you can tell it's early, and you can tell it's Sunday. Let's have a little bit of coffee. 3rd cup today, this will be the last. The absolute last, otherwise I'll be awake for a week. Right.
Beginning, when I was going through my deliverance, I met through Pastor Paul, an advocate worker for Pillar of Fire, which is the church that actually delivered me. And what had actually happened initially when I met you had drugged me so much that I couldn't even remember. And also, a lot of the times when I would go to trauma, I would actually block it out of my head. It was a way of taking more eat, more drink, more sex in order to forget what was happening to me. And in the beginning, I didn't actually remember, because the other side actually wanted.
So she doesn't remember. She doesn't remember until she meets these people.
To block my memory. Because you start to talk when you've experienced it, and then you start to, the dark world don't want you exposing them. They hate it, and then the minute I talk about it, do you know, since I've got my deliverance, do you know the death threats on me? There's even been death threats on the person who was advocating me, the advocate worker, to come out of this. There's been threats through police, there's been death everywhere, criminals everywhere.
These are incredibly serious allegations here. She is saying that she's had death threats from the police. I'm not. They're incredibly serious allegations. I wish that she would go into how these death threats came around. Were people knocking on her door? Were they putting notes through her door? I mean, I've had some really horrible stuff, but like and emails, stuff like that, notes through the door. But there's serious allegations, because I don't know the idiots that have thought this is fun and games with myself. I don't know who it is, but she is saying this is coming from the police. This is serious allegations.
And they even tried to burn the church down. And even on top of that as well, I've even had, my mother going back to Africa to try and get me back in the game. And
okay, so they tried to burn the church down. We don't know who tried to burn the church down. I guess the Satanists. Pillar of Light in Dagenham. I looked it up. I didn't spend that much time looking it up. It definitely does exist. I couldn't find a website for them or anything like that, but this place does exist and there is a telephone number for it. I don't know. Maybe I'll have a little look into this as to see if there was an arson attack at these premises. I've not had time. It's possible. It's possible. It's possible. I'm not saying that she's lying, but you know, death threats and trying to burn churches down. It's a lot. It's a lot.
it's not working, because I believe Jesus Christ is the Son of God, and Jesus Christ, there is no way in which one can deliver and save. People can use crystals. I've tried crystals. I've even tried different sorts of going into different religions, but it has not worked. But immediately, right, I got my deliverance. I can tell you that all the memories just started coming back. It just like flooding back. But before, I could tell you none of these.
So how did you go through your deliverance? What process did they have to take you through to get you back into to get all your memories back and to do you feel like now you're no longer possessed? Do you feel that you're completely free of the
Yes.
spirit now?
Yes, I do. Absolutely do. What had happened with myself was because when I met the advocate from the Pillar of Fire, they told me, okay, do you know Jesus? And at the time I was like, no, I don't want to know about Jesus because look at what I've gone through. Even pastors wanted to see me. So for me, I was like, no. But when I met the advocate worker, one of the key things that the advocate worker did was he sat me down and got me to actually really look. You was actually being groomed into sex and underage. You were actually being groomed. So I had to come to terms because for so long, I had to blame myself for things that I could not control, which was never my fault. And when you deal with guilt and fear, and when you deal with shame, a lot of times the demon or the thing that's inside of you does not want to think about it. So immediately, because it was Pastor from Pillar of Fire, immediately I was being spoken through all night. I was not sleeping for months, where I was actually being spoken to. Look, you was being groomed, right?
Right, that's enough. So you can hear it in this upload. It's not my end. Actually, how the upload is. It is clicking in and out a little bit. But she clearly says here that these people were telling her this, and she wasn't sleeping. They were speaking to her. They were telling her she was being groomed. They were telling her that she was demonically possessed. She was sleep deprived, and it went on months. That in itself, she's got Jon Wedgers sitting there next to her. That in itself should cause a little bit of concern. And I'm not saying that she's lying. I'm not saying that she's lying. It doesn't sit easy with me. So it goes on and on and on, and I'll put the link underneath. We're not going to go through all of it, but this is the bit that I find worrying, because I would hate to think of anybody having to talk about any abuse whilst being sleep deprived and having someone like, it sounds like it was like that. I wasn't there. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there as a possibility. And the way she describes it, I don't like it. Right. So this isn't going to be hugely long because the other one, I'm not going to play this. Where she comes in again around the 57 minutes mark. In this first video, it's not that graphic. I mean, it is. Like, it's not the stuff that really you'd want well, you'd want to be saying, but I mean, it's nowhere near the horrificness of Jeanette Archer, and I said that. Oops, sorry, phone's clinking. I said that in the last upload. It gets a little bit different from the 57-minute mark on the John Cooper show. I've got nothing against these channels. I'm not blaming the channels. However you want on, you know, that's absolutely fine. It's not an attack on these channels. It's different. She goes more into the demonic possession, to the point that she says she knew she was having intercourse with demons when she was just going about her business, pretty much. But she knew she was. At one point she says that she was having intercourse with someone, and her vagina was spinning. Like, I don't know. She's an articulate lady. I don't know. Of course, there are in this video as well. Right, need to clear this up. Jon doesn't have candle merch. It was unclear in the first one that the half of the first one that I watched. It doesn't really get into it in that first video. Gets into it. He's got like it's like an unboxing, you know, like these people that buy like stuff off the internet, or they do their shopping and then they show everybody what they've bought. Well, from what I can make out, Jon's been to Camden Market and bought a load of candles, which he thinks are like voodoo candles, and he tells us how dangerous these are, and that if you light these things that you're summoning the demons and things like that. I don't know. There's plenty of nations in the world where people believe this 100%. Me, not so much. I think most of the problems in the world are not down to demons and Satan. I think it's greed and money. And lust, when it comes to a perversion of lust, when it comes to the topics that Jon loves to talk about. So he's got his it's not his merch. So Jon hasn't got candle merch. He's gone to Camden Market and he's bought a load of candles, and he talks about a few of them. He goes, oh, I don't even like touching them. And he gets out this little black box where there's like a little, I don't know whether they're badges or just little trinkets, I don't know, probably made in China or wherever. And one's Baphomet and one's, I can't remember now, might be a pentagram or something like that. He makes a big deal of these things are so dangerous and people buy them and it's like a bit of a joke, but it's all really bad. He makes a thing of, oh, I don't even like touching them, and oh, I'm getting really bad vibes or words to that effect. I mean, I think you have to have intent, don't you? Like, do you not have to have intent to want to do badness? Like, badness? Harm? Like, do you not have to have the intent? Like, can an inanimate object, made wherever it's made, he says, and you know that the demon spirit, as this was being produced, will be in these things. Do we know that? Or are they mass produced somewhere in a factory, just churned out, if you can buy them for a few quid on Camden Market? I mean, it's a little extreme, isn't it? It's just a bit of a stretch. It's a bit of a stretch. Now, and people are buying these, I guess. Well, if they're making them, someone's buying them. In this video, the second one, the Jon Cooper show, he also goes into, I think it's this one or the other one. He goes into the Masons. He talks about Ghislaine Maxwell. What else does he lots of things. He talks about and Jon Cooper's found clips that they play of well, you know, when Britney Spears has been interviewed and zones out, and other celebrities where they've clearly, I mean, it is weird. Is it? is it MK Ultra? Oh, it goes into MK Ultra. I mean, the American government paid out on that. We can't say that it didn't exist. Hypnotists can make people do things that they don't want to do. I'm not saying that these things aren't possible. Britney Spears had severe stress from a very young age, with a dad that basically was leeching off of her to the point that, like, even now, all these years on, she's trying to get free of him, well, financially free of him. That's a whole nother thing in itself. I don't know. I don't know. So they play a load of these clips, like a few of these clips, and it is strange. It is strange. Is it demons? Well, is it demons, or is it a hypnosis type thing? Like, is it like neuro-linguistic programming? Like, no, I don't know. But it's a stretch, isn't it, to go from his bringing Jeanette Archer in and all of the nastiness and graphicness that she goes into, and now we've got yet another, what we can presume, if she's telling the truth, is a vulnerable person. And now we're voodoo and witchcraft, and it's happening all the time. I'm quite sure it is, but not in the UK. Not in the UK, it isn't. I don't believe that. It has happened. We know that there was the body in the Thames many, many years ago. That was awful. We know this. We know that around the world, terrible things are done to people. But let's not forget, terrible things are done to people because they're presumed to be a witch or demonically possessed. But Jon said that he thought that the witch trials were fairer than the judiciary that we've got now. So again, you can't have it both ways, Jon Wedger. You can't have it both ways. I don't know. It's a lot, isn't it? It is a lot, and for most of us that just go about our normal existences, not seeing Satanists everywhere, not seeing demons everywhere. I've watched some things on like exorcisms and stuff like that. Half of it is complete bunch of charlatans. And let's not, there was a case in America actually where a lady actually died because her family were convinced that she was possessed, and they were trying to exorcise I'll find that actually, and we can talk about that. It was a big case. It was a big case, and the lady died through a belief system that someone's possessed. And this was not so long ago. We're not talking long time ago. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I've looked into this over the years. Some of it is completely inexplicable. So I'm not saying that it doesn't exist. I'm saying when Jon Wedgers around it and there's a vulnerable person around it, it makes me uncomfortable. That's it. That's it. It's out there. He's brought this to us, and it's there for debate. I have no problem with people of faith. We know this. I don't. I don't. I don't know. It's the intention around this. And I guess we'll see in the next sort of weeks, months to come, as to where this path is, where we're being led down this path by Jon Wedger. Where's it going to end up? And that will come out in the course of time. There is no support Isabella with PayPal. There is no GoFundMe as far as I can see. It's certainly not being promoted on this, so we can't accuse either of them of this at the moment. That would be unfair. That would be unfair to come to that sort of like conclusion. Jon's history, though, in the past is a little bit shady around donations. I've had people coming at me saying that he gives the money to charity. I've done a video where the evidence of the money going to charity is minimal. And I believe, because he's actually said it himself, that a lot of that money in the early stages went towards self-promotion via Facebook. Not necessarily helping the little children. And we still haven't had, we still, where like, how are the little children being helped? He goes on about Chris Lambriano, oh, whatever it is. Keep thinking Lambrini, because I had that as a joke in my head and now I can't remember the real name, where he talks about, again, surrounding himself with ex-cons over anyone else, really, because they found Jesus and they're doing good. I hope they are. But I don't know, it seems strange, doesn't it? It seems strange. Plenty of police whistleblowers in the early days did want to get on board with Jon Wedgers, but it wasn't really about grouping together. It was about Jon, and I believe it still is about Jon. But he could prove me wrong. Time will tell. Anyway, 26 minutes, that is more than enough for anyone to have to put up with here. I hope Isabella is okay, and that's all we can wish for, really. So we'll plough through Jeanette Archer. I might do this afternoon, so if it doesn't get uploaded till tomorrow, I'm not some grubby mare who doesn't change their clothes. I'll just do both of these today. So I'll be in the same shirt, because I am not generating more laundry and ironing just for a YouTube video, because I'm lazy like that. Right, anyway, have a super Sunday. And in this as well, I think he gets into Max Spears. Play some clips on that as well. So anyway, I should put them both in the link below. It's hard going. It is hard going, but that pretty much sums it up. So anyway, look after your lovely self. Much love to you and yours. And I'm going to finish this coffee. And I know this upload is a little disjointed. I'm not on top form today, and I don't know why. Probably because I've been awake since 5:30 in the morning. Right. Anyway, have a great day, and I'll catch up with you soon. Bye-bye.